Suitor number 3. What would our first date be like?
Yo, we going to the flea market.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
I can't believe she didn't pick me. Hey everybody, Grecofabulous here, and welcome to yet another episode of Spidey Sense, the video where I show you what I get at flea markets and yard sales. So normally the big flea market near me is only open on Sundays, but during the holiday season, they also open up on Saturdays to accommodate those that are looking to buy their families cheap shit. So I've never been to the flea market on a Saturday, so I was curious to see what the scene was going to be like. I knew there was a good chance that there wasn't going to be a lot of vendors out there. Number one, it was the week of Thanksgiving, so I'm sure a lot of people were away. And thirdly, it was freezing outside, so I knew that there weren't going to be a lot of outdoor vendors. But I went anyways, cause ain't no loans for sitting your ass at home. So unfortunately, my initial worries were founded. Many of the outside vendors decided not to show up. But luckily, my flea market has a giant indoor section. So inside, there were many wonders to behold. Comic books, action figures, video games, whatever this is. There were many things that caught my eye, but not for the right price. But it didn't stop me from looking. So for a while it seemed like this was going to end up being a huge bust. I hadn't walked away with any comic books, and all the action figures that I had remote interest in were severely overpriced. But then I came upon this little gem.
Oh, cool. Moltar.
A sealed Moltar Space Ghost Coast to Coast figure. I love this show. I watched it from when it first came on the air. I own all the DVDs. It was one of those shows that not many people seem to watch, but those that did were your best friends. So the asking price was $12. Let's see how the negotiation went down.
Excuse me. Would you let this go for 8?
Yes.
Another triumph by Grecofabulous. So when negotiating, what I always like to do is always offer less than the asking price. Think about that one number that's less than what he's asking for, but that won't offend him. Then once you have that number, offer even less. Because you know what? You might not offend him, and you might end up getting what you want for a lot less money. All you have to do is ask. So in this case, he wanted 12. I thought 10 was fair. I offered him 8, and I got it for 8. Of course, after he sold me that, he told me this long sob story about how this is a consignment item, and the guy he was selling it for really was hurting for money. So then I offered him $6. Does this look like a face that cares? So this might not mean a lot to you guys out there, but it means a lot to me. Moltar is one of my favorite characters from the show. It comes with his console accessory, and it's my first figure in this line, so I really hope that one day I'll have Space Ghost, Brack, and Zorak to go along with him. So luckily that purchase pretty much salvaged an otherwise dreadful day. I did pick up a couple comics. I didn't end up paying for these. My friend that I went with, he bought a bunch of comics from some guys, and they were doing some kind of deal, and he let me pick out a couple free comics. See, I use my friends in real life too, not just my internet ones. So I am now the proud owner of a Transformers 3D comic, minus the glasses. So I'll just have to look at the book like this. And Guyver issue number 12. Guyver was a really cool anime that I used to watch a million times. I was probably the only person that rented it from Blockbuster. It didn't last very long, but it's a really cool story about a high school student that finds this like alien device that transforms him into this killing machine known as the Guyver, and there's a whole like underground corrupt corporation that's going after these Guyver units, they call them. And they use like genetic engineering to turn their task force into giant monsters. So it's pretty much like another version of, robots versus monsters, which you already know I have a sick fetish for. And of course, there's tentacle rape. Alright guys, that's it for Spidey Sense. I know there wasn't much of a payoff, but again, I was really happy with what I found. The next video I'm going to be making is a comics on delivery video where I'm going to be showing you Random Act of Kindness from Why Not Art, and also all the gifts that I got this holiday season. But in the meantime, feel free to watch my last Gaming with Greco video where I played A Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES, and my last White People Be Shopping video where I do Doogie Howser Greco style. Peace out, Sailor Scout.